97.9, 105.5 KISS FM. It's Two Ghosts from Harry Styles. It's Liz and Big Papa.
And it is a Confession Tuesday with life coach Rebeccah Silence, inspiredresultscoach.com. Good morning.
Good morning.
So today's topic was submitted, and it's because the school sports are starting to go back in.
Okay.
And this person has someone that's starting a new school, and they were looking for tips as a parent to help with the child going to the new school, and maybe even tips for the child going to the new school, as far as, because that's intimidating.
I know.
Going.
Do we know the age?
I don't.
Okay.
I don't, but from the way it was, I believe it's like a middle school, high school kind of a thing. It's not elementary school. So, but yeah, if we could talk about getting ready for school and starting at a new school specifically or whatnot, I think that would be really beneficial this week.
And then this kid's also playing sports at the new school?
I believe so.
Okay. Yeah. So, I love this time of year because it's a natural transition.
Pumpkin everything. Pumpkin
And
everywhere.
I'm a huge fan of pumpkin. Let me tell you. But yeah, it's a natural transition time. And it's a really cool natural transition time to be starting a new school versus if it was in January or
Middle of school year.
a middle of the between September and January or between January and June situation, right? Which sometimes can happen. So, in any big change, whether it's starting a new school or, even a divorce or the parent starting a new job or moving houses, the children follow the parents' energy.
Okay.
So your kids will respond to you and how you're feeling about the change, as well as listening to what you say about it. But how you feel to your kids is what they're paying more attention to versus anything you say, right? So, for example, if you're saying, oh, this is going to be great, but then behind the scenes when you're making dinner, you're talking to your spouse, oh, I don't know if this is going to work out. This is difficult. This is hard. It's a new school. Your kids...
Even though you're not saying it to your kids,
right,
they're still hearing it and
they're
absorbing it.
They're picking up on the vibration,
sure,
for lack of a better way to explain it. And if your energy is funky and anxious, they're going to feel that and they're going to follow that. So, it is a time for you to reinvent together as a family when you're starting a new school. But just know that if you're excited about it and confident about it, that's going to give your children some hope. And it's going to help them with the transition. I also invite parents to talk to their kids about what do you need as we start the new school year versus
there's
here's
a list.
What you
there's
need.
a list every year. There's a list.
But not just the supplies.
Oh.
I'm talking about emotional needs.
Oh.
Right?
Okay.
So this is something that's really important.
See, this is why I'm bad at this.
I know, I can tell.
In my office, you're not bad at this. In my office, I get the privilege of coaching entire families. And one of the things that I see all the time is the parent telling the child in the beginning what the child needs instead of asking. Big difference.
Sure.
So this is what's going to set you up to win. You need to do this. You need to do that. You need to do this is not going to necessarily support your kid.
Right.
Asking them, okay, what is it that we need to do to set you up? What helps you? What do you want? And it can be, buying a new alarm clock. It can be getting the school supplies handled because that's stressing them out. It can be taking a tour of the school, driving around the school. And whatever the kid says, if it's totally unrealistic, I'm not saying the parent has to do it, but it's just about giving your child a voice.
Sure.
In the situation that they probably have no control over and didn't ask for.
Right.
So giving your kid a voice is super important, listening, and then paying attention to your energy and whether or not you're kind of micromanaging how you think this needs to go for your kid.
I think that's huge because I think that a lot of parents, and maybe I'm wrong, but I think a lot of parents are just like, oh, you'll be fine, da-da-da-da-da. And they don't realize that the conversations that they're having with whomever, but the child is within earshot, that may be contradictory, are being heard or being absorbed. And I think that's huge.
Absolutely. And then the other piece is you may want to just invite your child to see a therapist or a counselor or a coach. Ask them, is there anybody you want to talk to? And then make sure the school counselor knows that this child is starting new. That's how I started.
Right.
It was as a school counselor. And it's a great resource that I believe, isn't utilized nearly enough.
Absolutely.
The school counselors are awesome and they really care. So make sure the counselor's involved and make sure you have a relationship with a counselor. Now, as far as sports go, that's a whole other can of worms,
Right.
starting sports. I happen to this year now be a dance mom of a competition dancer. This is the first year we're doing that. So
Right.
it's dance every single day. And, with sports in school, it's every single day.
Actually, if I would imagine that doing sports would actually help with the transition if you're starting a new school, because the sports, especially in the fall time, start before school starts, so they actually know people before the first day.
That's exactly where I'm
I think
going.
that's a positive.
So you're getting your child involved, and then very true, they're going to have kind of a built-in support system, meet some people, hopefully,
Right.
And that it's a great way to get the kid involved. Now, if they're not doing sports and they're starting a new school, get them involved in a club or music or theater or something, so that they have an opportunity to meet people. And then I also like the discipline of sports, because you have to have a certain grade point average. You have a coach that if the kids aren't listening to the parent can be like, hey, coach, here's what's going on. I have that all the time when I have teenagers that are working with me and they're slacking. I call the coach. Why not?
That just blew people's minds.
Yeah.
Because some people don't think to do that.
No.
Of course. Let the coach know.
InspiredResultsCoach.com. Rebeccah Silence on a Confession Tuesday. Amazing as
Thanks.
always.
Good luck with this transition or whatever transitions you're in. It's a great time of year to start fresh. We just had the eclipse. It's new beginnings. So good luck.